So, I wanted to talk today about if any of you have ever started to do something or attempted something that's kind of your baby, your pet project, something you're really invested in. You put it out there for the masses, all the important people in your life, and you get no response and you get no support and you're completely baffled. Well, it's happening to me and I want to talk about it, so let's talk. So, over the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been on this insane journey, kind of waking up and having all of these epiphanies, learning about our government, learning about reality, learning about food, learning about our body, meditation, chakras, all of it, right? And it brought me out west to the West Coast. I'm from the Midwest, and it's just really been an eye-opening experience. And through this, I really wanted to document the journey and the things I was learning, and I didn't know how to do that. So I was writing things down and discussing things with friends back home. I was writing people back home, and slowly but surely I was realizing that I was losing touch with everyone. I mean, everyone that was in my life, I was losing touch with. So after writing everybody a letter and then making all these notes, I was still having weekly phone conversations with my best friends, but then those started to trickle up as well. Okay, so let's fast forward. Over time, there was a good 6 month period where I don't think I talked to another soul in my life except for my boyfriend. I went through this really dark period, and it took me a long time to admit that it was total depression, and I think I still am in it and dealing with it, but it's gotten much better. It was almost paralyzing, and it was really scary because I always used to, as a kid, judge people with depression. I had really high serotonin levels. I was happy all the time. It was insane. And I just had a really good family unit around me, and I had great best friends and all of this stuff, but I didn't realize in the moment that it was all superficial, and nobody really had my back or my interest at heart. So it was a huge learning experience going through this, and I just talked to my two best friends. These two women have been in my life since we were in seventh grade, and we love each other. It's just an unconditional love. However, we talked last week, and it's scary when your best friends, the people who you don't have to talk to for a year, and you can pick up the phone and call them, and boom, you're right back on. Like, those are these two, and we're so used to that. But with this conversation we just had last week, I realized I'm in such a different place than they are, and I felt a little bit of judgment when I was talking to them about all the things I'm learning. I'm telling you guys, I used to be, and this is so not supposed to be anything, it's just a descriptor of who I was. I was very Tyler Oakley, very superficial, very vanity, very on the surface gay, and all that stuff. I'm not taking away from any of his awesome accomplishments. Don't come at me if you're an Oakley fan, I don't give a fuck. I'm saying he's a lot about the look and aesthetic of being gay, the personality, the always on. I want to show you, as a human being who is gay, I have a plethora of shit I can throw in your face. I'm happy, I'm sad, I cry, I fight, I'm angry. Like, I'm not Tyler Oakley's always on face, and that's why this YouTube channel took the way it did. And I think when I started messaging all my Facebook friends that I started a YouTube channel, people came here expecting to see me be like, oh my god, I'm gonna do all these jokes and these bits, and this is for my comedy and blah blah blah. But the whole point of this YouTube channel was to help inform and get discussions going with other millennials on topics I want to talk about. Shit that interests me. Because when I want to make you laugh, I'll do it. I'm naturally funny. I can command a room. Don't even get me started. And keep your claps, okay? You can be funny too. Me saying I'm funny does not question your funny. Stop it. We all get so angry at everybody's everything. It's so fucking annoying. Anyway, but I think through that, I barely got any subscriptions. I didn't get any comments on the feed, and I'm not asking for that stuff. I'm just really appalled by the fact that these friends of mine who have been in my life for, my two best friends, have not subscribed to my channel. They heard about it day one. That fucking Ellie Goulding on my mind video where I'm dancing like a Shunan Wunan, like, that's my first video. They knew since then, and they've watched maybe 2 or 3 videos. They don't check in with me, they don't ask how it's going, and I'm fed up. I am literally fed up. I don't know if you guys have watched past videos. None of my family speaks to me. So my mom, my sister, no extended family has been supportive. They know about the channel. Best friends know about the channel. Nobody's being supportive. And this isn't me crying and saying, oh my god, I'm not popular. This is me saying, enough with you being fake. Enough. because you want my friendship. You want me to give you a handful of church claps every time you have a fucking baby or quit smoking, and yet you can't invest your time and respect into showing me support for doing something I love. I'm just fucking baffled. And honestly, this video is to say fuck you to anybody on my Facebook page, because even if you guys are watching these videos, I needed more. I needed more when we were friends. I needed more when you were in my life. I've been alone a really long time. And I've been dealing with being a gay boy whose family doesn't accept them, who's been so alone, but never asked my problems because I'm the funny one. And I'm always supposed to be on. And I can never just break. And I can't cry, and I can't be upset, and I can't have problems because I'm the funny one, and I'm supposed to make people laugh. And when I get serious, it's weird for people. Well, fuck you. Because sometimes I need that. And I'm a whole person. I'm not just a laugh box. And I feel like this is what so many comedians deal with. You're always expected to be funny and you can't have problems of your own. I think this is why so many comedians have depression. And this is why so many people, like Robin Williams, people are like, how in the world could somebody so beautiful and funny kill themselves? This is how. Because nobody asks how we are. It really just doesn't happen. I am just shocked every day. All the people messaging me for different things, asking me questions, asking me to coddle and take care of them. My best friends, when I called them, each of them asked me to sit and listen to their problems. That wasn't what that phone call was for. Especially to you, Michaela. That one really pissed me off. It just bothers me that after a week ago, when I called my best friends and told them that I was dealing with this depressive state, and my mind's just cloudy, and I don't understand why people don't want to be in my life, and I'm putting out these videos that I feel like have importance, and I get that they're going to be mocked, I get I'm going to get called a faggot and a hippie, and I get that I'm going to get called names. I understand there's people who are still asleep, and they don't understand when somebody else is trying to show them the way that it's not to hurt them. I don't understand why people fight this information. But to find out that they don't even want to call and check in, they don't want to send me a text and say, hey, are you okay? I thought a lot about our combo. I mean, honestly, just me making this video shows you I'm at a breaking point. I cannot keep these friendships, these relationships in general. I can't keep them. You're draining me. You are draining me because you don't give as much as you want. And it really bothers me that nobody can show me the love and just message me privately and say, wow, you took something and you made it. And you made it. You created something. This YouTube channel is something I did. It was something that I took the time and put in the effort. And this is my free time. My free time is being spent learning and reading about information going on around the world and how we can help humanity and shit. It used to be video games and shopping and going and getting absolutely wasted with my gay friends. All the people I thought who loved me. They didn't love me. It was all superficial, and I was wasting my life. I'm wasting my life on people who don't give a fuck the moment I take myself out of the scene. So then, throughout time, as I've been living here in Portland, I started talking to people about why that's happening, and the thing that really stuck with me is I had friends out of convenience, and that wasn't my fault, it wasn't their fault, it's what's happening with society, it's social media, it's ADD, it's needing everything in the moment, in that instant gratification, and then the moment it's taken out of your life, you forget about it, you move on to the next thing, and I'm really hurt that I was treated like that with some of these friends. I mean, some of them I understand. Don't get me twisted. I didn't expect everybody to stay in my life. I am not this person who treats you like a prince or a princess. You earn that. If you're friends with me, if you're a true friend of mine, you'll get treated right. Let me tell you, I will be up at 3 a.m. if you need to talk. I will not put up walls. I will talk about anything you need. You can ask me any questions, and I expect the same. Those are the friendships I want. I want to learn and grow together and teach each other. I don't want this closeted information, skeletons in your closet. Both of my best friends have things they wouldn't tell me. I had to drag it out of them, force it out of them, and then months later they called me and thanked me for doing that, because it's something that I encourage people to explore, your truth. Seek out that truth. It's scary. It's scary, and you don't want to, and you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to deal with it whether it includes adultery or abusive family members or bad grades or sexual identity or gender. We all stay closeted for certain reasons, and it's scary. because holding those secrets in tears away at you, and it eats away at your spirit, because your spirit wants you to be your true authentic self. And if you're not being that, you're stifling out your spirit, and there's no point for you to be alive. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If we're here to be clones, mindless sheep, why be here? Why be living? If you're just waking up every morning to get to your 9 to 5 job, and you have to drive in your car and sit in rush hour, and then after work you're going to go home, you're going to make your dinner, and you're going to watch some TV or kill time on YouTube, or go to sleep, whatever. What are you doing? What are you doing for you? What are you doing for your spirit? You're just making that money. You're doing that slave labor, making them bones for somebody else, feeding the Rothschilds. That's cool. What are you doing for you? The world doesn't revolve around money. The world doesn't need money. It's fake. Humans don't need money. Actually, humans' detriment is money, because money is corruption. So, with people who aren't willing to face those facts, with people who aren't willing to face reality, that's the majority of people I don't want in my life, and that's everybody. I need people who are waking up, who are ready to have thoughtful conversation, and who are ready to listen more than they talk. Because that's where I started learning, when I started to shut up. Because the more you listen to people, whoa, it's fucking insane. So I just kind of wanted to end it there. This was kind of a rant video, but in the best positive way I could do it, because it's something I think is real. Nobody, especially young people, don't talk about when you lose those friendships. There's reasons. There are reasons for that, and we need to start realizing how much time and effort we're investing in people, because that's where the time and effort should be going. Because friendships, those are the memories, man. When you're laying on your deathbed, you are going to think about those friendships. You're not going to remember your iPhone 6. You're not going to remember your Lexus. You're not going to remember the Starbucks trips. You're not going to remember the gorgeous penthouse apartments. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love luxury. I think everybody should be allotted luxury in their life. It's a fun thing to experience. But when you live in luxury, when you're living a gluttonous lifestyle, you're burying your spirit. That's not how you are supposed to live. That's not balance. You aren't living in balance. You have to give as much as you receive. So we just live in a really fucked up time. I do think that whether it's 20, 50, or 100 years in the future, humanity is going to look back and really judge hard the people with all the money. They kept it from the people who didn't have any. The rich elitists of this country, anybody with over $1 million, that's anyone with over $1 million, because $1 million is just not needed in this day and age, because if everybody just capped at $1 million, everybody could be a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? So if we had it like that, and we were spreading the wealth, everybody would be happy. We'd be living in this amazing utopia society. It would be really cool, but because we have selfish people, and because the ego is dominating this male acidic-based world, we're really drowning, and it's something that we want to turn off and, turn our cheek to and pretend that it's not happening, but it is, and time will tell, and humanity's going to look back, and they're not going to judge the poor. They're going to feel bad for the poor, and they're going to condemn the wealthy, and the wealthy are going to have to deal with that. You are going to be judged, and there's going to be a reckoning. You don't have to choose to believe in it, but natural law is karmic. So universal law is telling you, do not do unto others what you do not want done unto yourself. The wealthy are treating the poor like they're less than human. It's going to come back to them. So this is something we should talk about, because if you're living in abundance or if you're living poor, you're not balanced. And we all need to help figure out where the balance is. Where does it lie? Because that's where we need to sit. And that's the sweet spot, ladies and gentlemen. Anywho, I thought this was a really cool video. I didn't mean to get anybody worked up, and let me just say, for the handful of people from my Facebook who are watching these videos, let me tell you, much appreciated. Thank you so much. I couldn't be more thankful, because this is what this is for. It's not for me to talk to my damn self. Hopefully this takes off and we're having conversations with people all around the world about all of these issues. But until then, you people, the ones that watch my channel, you are the reason I make these videos, and thank you so much. And I appreciate that, and hopefully you'll continue, and hopefully I'm not super boring or being a jackass. Anywho, leave comments below. It's how I learn what to do and what you want. Anyway, take care of yourselves for the rest of the day, and really just start to think about abundance and what you really need, because you don't need as much as you think. It's incredible. Anyway, peace out.